Therapy has helped me grow as a human being so much that it has helped me as an actor, as a performer. I have a don't give a damn attitude about things. If I want to write a book, I'm going to write a book. If I want to do songs, I'm going to do songs. I am freed from the constraints of it having to be good.
I love that. I love that, because so many people are so afraid. And I'm not saying I'm perfect, because I still have my moments of like, ooh, should I really do that? But as you're saying, I'm learning personally now that every time I have a moment of fear, that is where I know I need to go. That is the direction I need to go.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people haven't learned that. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. I just put out my first book.
Wait a minute, hold on. I didn't see an email. I didn't see a notification on the gram. Nothing. I got to support you. What's the name of the book?
30 Days to a Better Relationship with Your Child. It is an entry into something that I'm calling Journal Journeys, which are 30-day journeys to a better outcome, let's say. And I said, well, I've had this on my list of things that I wanted to do. Let me just move it up. And so I sat down and really put myself on a time crunch, and out popped this idea that through thoughtfully crafted writing prompts and some activity ideas, the ideas behind habit-breaking science, 21 days you can, set or break your habits. So for 30 days, you could really set forth a great relationship foundation, encouraging good communication tactics, making it child-centered. And the idea is, for example, have a conversation about your child's favorite TikToker, and you're going to write that night about what you found out. And what it does is it encourages you to not only talk to your child, but listen actively and find out, what do they like about this person? What values are they getting out of it? Is it, good, or is it just for laughs? And a lot of times as parents, I think we tend to relate back, as in, when I was your age, I ...
Back in my day.
Right. And even though we realize as children we just blocked all that out, we find ourselves as adults going, well, back in my day, I had to traipse up 10 miles in the snow. And
exactly, right.
Yeah. And so it's just a way to get a parent that might be struggling to relate with their child into good habits of asking questions of themselves that are centered around the child, and asking questions of the children too.
Oh my, dude, I love that. That is completely in my wheelhouse, because one of the things that I love to do with my kids is ask them inquisitive questions about their lives, like what they like. One, because I like to think it keeps me hip, even though my kids will tell you that their dad is a geek and he's the uncoolest person in the world. Jeez. But
I just finished another song, and I let my daughter listen to it, and you could watch her cringing inward as she listened.
That's how you know it's good.
Yes.
Oh man, but I love that, and I can't wait to read it. I'm gonna make sure. I'm assuming on Amazon, a website. How do I get this?
I put it on my website.
Like I said, I got to get my copy, so that way I can go ahead and start like putting it up on my accounts and help you out a little bit.
Absolutely. Tell me about yours. Because I saw when we first met, you've kind of jack of all trades. You've done all kinds of things.
Yeah. I'm a little bit of a jack of all trades, but yeah.
You had a mask. You had a mask printed. I love it. Oh, I love it.
Yes, a mask. So honestly, I wish that was my idea. But I have a friend. I always carry my mask around with me, if everyone can see who's watching right now. But so a friend of mine told me to start following other authors and see what they do to spread awareness. And one of the authors that I follow, I'm sorry, I can't remember his name, but he had a mask on, and it was with his book. And I was like, why didn't I think about that? That's like marketing, branding 101. Like, just walk around, like, because with that mask on, everyone sees it. And a lot of times they'll ask me, oh, what is that? Like, I don't recognize that. So it's just a conversation starter. Plus, I get to promote my book that way. But the book is doing pretty well. I love my book. I'm actually writing the sequel as we speak. I was writing it earlier today, and I must say, the characters aren't gonna like what I got planned for them, if I might say. Oh, but it's very weird being the author. I mean, you know, particularly if you're writing fantasy or things that have characters, because in my head they're real. So anytime I put them through something, I literally feel for them. Like if I decide to kill one off or put them through a struggle, I somewhat feel bad, but at the same time, I enjoy it. I feel like I'm like one of those kids playing, what is it, Sims or something. I control, like, dance, puppets, dance, you know? So it's weird.
Oh man, I haven't got into fantasy. I've started writing a lot of things, and so it's my day is a roulette wheel of what I'm gonna work on. It's like, okay, where's it gonna land today? But, I want to get into that.
I think every creative person goes through that. I mean, clearly you have to be focused to get something done. However, all these ideas will come into your head like, oh, that's a great idea. That's a great idea. That's a great idea. And I remember watching an interview with Stephen King, and someone actually asked him, how do you know what's good? How do you how do you sit down, write a story and know it's going to be good? And he was just, and I love watching interviews with Stephen King because he was like, I don't. I really don't know if it's good or not. So the only thing I do is that, like, I don't write an idea for a story. I never write an idea for a story. The only thing I ever do is I write out my story. And if I complete it, it was meant to be. If I don't, then it wasn't meant for anybody, so to speak.
That's fair.
I mean, I'm paraphrasing what he was saying, but that's pretty much it.
You know, and it comes down to, I may have told you about the Hugh Jackman conversation.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, when it was a Richard Marx story that Hugh Jackman was relating, that basically, the long story short of it, Richard Marx got upset because rehearsal wasn't going well and was apologetic, said he was a perfectionist, and you know, then he realized he's not done anything perfect, so he should stop holding himself to that standard. And when I saw that, it was this, it was a catalyst that, just like I have gone into business for myself because I can't find anyone who will hire me for what I want to do. You know what I mean? Who the hell needs an actor, voiceover artist, a writer? And, you know what I mean? Like, nobody, there's not a position for that. Yeah. So, I mean, maybe a sketch comedy troupe, maybe somewhere like that. But there's 4 of those, and I'm not in one.
What's funny, funny enough, like, I was listening to a podcast earlier today, and it had Frank Castillo, I believe is how you say, like, he used to be on Mad TV. Like, he's great with impressions.
Yeah, Frank Caliendo.
Yes, exactly. And the whole time I was listening to him, I saw you. Now, don't get me wrong, like, I knew our conversation was happening later today, so that's maybe why you were, like, in my mind. But at the same time, because he was telling his story about how he loves to do voices and his whole comedic stand-up thing and his time on Mad TV and some other stories. But from what I know of you, for what we shared, I saw you. Same kind of thing. Like, people won't hire you for what you want to do, so you just go start doing what you want to do and get paid for it. And I can see you being the first Josh Brandon, you know, not Frank Costanza.
Well, I will say the first Josh Brandon. The only other Josh Brandon I've met is a sex worker in the United Kingdom. Oh. And he's done quite a bit for rights and for promoting fair treatment and everything. I want to get him on for an interview like this. Just being Josh Brandon. It's perfect. And I haven't got him to respond yet.
So what I'm hearing is I have to be very careful when I Google your name. That is what I'm hearing.
Not anymore. Not anymore. Thank you, Homicide Hunter. Thank you, Snapped.